So I've got a cylinder, but this time the cylinder is going to have some values of x in there, which I need to use to find the surface area. Okay, so I've got my cylinder over here. Okay, so that's my cylinder. I'm given the surface area to be 455 meters squared. And I'm asked to find the value of r and h. And r is attached to x plus 4 and h is attached to 2x. The first thing I'm going to do is write down the surface area formula for cylinder. It's equal to pi r squared. And there's another one at the bottom, times 2. So 2 pi r squared. Plus the area of, if I go all the way around, and I unravel it into a rectangle, it's going to be 2 pi r, which is my circumference, which is my length, and my height over here, like that. So 2 pi rh is going to be the area around. Okay? So 2 pi rh is the area surrounding that. 2 pi r, which is circumference, times h. So if r is equal to x plus 4 and h is equal to 2x, then my surface area can be rewritten like this. And my surface area is equal to 455, then 455 will become the surface area from there. And that's equal to 2 pi times my radius, which is now in terms of x. So x plus 4 all squared plus 2 pi times my radius, which is x plus 4, times my height, which is 2x. All I'm doing now is substituting r wherever r is, and I'm substituting h there, and surface area goes there into this formula, one by one. I can't really use a calculator at this point because there's x's involved. So what I'm going to do is remove this bracket or try to square this bracket out. And I'm going to multiply this 2x into this bracket and this 2 pi into this bracket as well. Okay, so this is going to become a little messy. I'm going to keep 2 pi on this side. This is going to expand. If I expand x plus 4, I end up with x squared plus 4x plus 4x plus 16. So x squared plus 4x plus 4x plus 16. And so that becomes x squared plus 8x plus 16. Over here, I can go 2 pi. Let's leave the 2 pi on the outside. 2x goes into there, 2x squared. 2x goes into there plus 8x. You can see 2 pi, so I'm going to factorize it. And 455 is still untouched on the left. I'm now going to bring these two brackets in here because I've now factorized this out. And what's going to be left in the bracket is x squared plus 8x plus 16 plus 2x squared plus 8x. And so that becomes 2 pi. X squared plus 2x is 3x squared. 8x plus 8x is 16x plus 16. And there's the quadratic coming out. I'm now going to multiply 2 pi in over here. Or I could divide it on the other side and then subtract it. And that will be easier. So if I divide this side by 2 pi and I divide this side by 2 pi, I'll get 455 divided by 2 pi. On a calculator, divided by 2 pi comes to 455 divided by 2 pi, and it comes to 72.42. 72.42 equals 3x squared plus 16x plus 16. I'm now going to make the left-hand side equal to 0 and move this across. So it's going to end up as 3x squared plus 16x plus 16 minus that number, which is going to become negative 56.42 on a calculator. So now I have this quadratic which I need to solve. And I'm going to use my quadratic formula and substitute it into the quadratic formula slowly with a, b, and c. I'm just going to make some space, and let's write that over here. So I've got 0 equals to 3x squared plus 16x minus 56.42. A is equal to 3, B is equal to 16, and C is equal to negative 56.42. The formula is minus B plus minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC over 2A. So x is equal to minus B plus minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC over 2A. And so I substitute that in here. Negative 16 plus minus the square root of 16 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 56.42 all over 2 times 3. And so I put that on a calculator, press the fraction button, negative 16 plus square root bracket 16 close bracket squared minus 4 bracket 3 bracket negative 56.42 all inside the square root divided by 2 times 3, 2 bracket 3. And that comes to, with plus, it comes to 2.42. And with minus, keeping it in there, but changing it into minus, comes to negative 7.76. And we know this one is going to be not applicable because it'll give negative readings. So the answer is going to be x equals 2.42. And now I am